The bottom line is this: there's stuff going on. But how can I say there's stuff going on? There seems to be awareness that stuff is going on. And in the Yoga Vasistha, this is described as the universe being reflected in the infinite consciousness, as it was described in the previous chapter, chapter 36. So there's stuff going on. There's awareness that stuff is going on. But in awareness, there's only awareness. Or in awareness, there's only awareness of the object. So we can go either way with this. We can say there's only stuff going on, that's all there is. Or there is only awareness. And this was described as, in the previous chapter, in the rather mind-numbing sentence, consciousness reflecting in consciousness shines as consciousness and exists as consciousness. So this is the conundrum, I guess. There seems to be two things. There seems to be something and awareness of something. But ultimately there can only be the one thing. There's either awareness, and it's awareness which allows that something to be. But on the other hand, we can also say there's only that something. When you're aware of something, there isn't awareness and the something. There's only the something. So we can talk about it from other points of view. They seem contradictory, but that's how it comes across when we try to express what is going on. We get inherent contradiction. Vasistha continued, thus, this world appearance comes and goes as the very nature of the infinite consciousness. Being non-different from the infinite consciousness, this world appearance has a mutual causal relationship with it, arises in it, exists in it, and is absorbed in it. So this is just what I was saying. The world appearance, that's the stuff going on in the universe. Arises within awareness, it exists in it, and is absorbed in it. It's absorbed in it when we realise what's going on. And there's only awareness going on. There's only consciousness going on. So we can then say it's absorbed in it. Although there isn't really any absorption going on, but that's one way of describing it. Though, like the deep ocean, it is not agitated, yet it is agitated like the waves appearing on the surface. Even as one who is intoxicated sees himself as another person, this consciousness, becoming conscious of itself, considers itself as another. It's like something reflecting in itself. It's like water reflecting in itself, or perhaps some kind of curved mirror reflecting in itself. And the mirror then gets caught up in its own reflections, forgetting that it's a mirror. And all these reflections are the individual psyches, the notions of there's a me here and there's a thing out there called the world. This universe is not real, nor is it unreal. It exists in consciousness, yet it does not exist independently in consciousness. Though appearing to be an addition to consciousness, it does not exceed consciousness. The relationship is like ornaments and gold. There's only gold, but it can take various shapes, like a bracelet, a ring, and And that's what we describe it as. We describe it as a bracelet or a ring, but it's actually simply gold. And this is what's happening here. There's awareness of the universe, of the world, and we tend to think then that the world is something separate, but it's a function of awareness. The universe would not exist if there was no awareness. You might have some philosophical doubts about that, and you can create hypothetical arguments, but that's the bottom line. There would be no universe. The universe is a whole basket of ideas. It's a, the whole universe is created. I mean, from the scientific point of view, the universe is created by our mind, although it's supposed to be based on these electrical impulses which are being stimulated from somewhere. But again, that's also a notion of our mind, that whole theory about perception. So it can only be awareness. I don't see how it can be anything else. And the Yoga Vasistha seems to be saying the same thing. This self, the Supreme Brahman, which permeates everything, is that which enables you to experience sound, taste, form and fragrance or aroma. In the previous chapter, chapter 36, it was described as pure experiencing. When we talk about the absolute Brahman, we can't help trying to conjure up a picture of it, an image of it. And that's the way our mind works. But we cannot come up with an image of it, because the absolute Brahman is the bottom line. It's what's happening right now. It's what is appearing as the universe and awareness. And it's that awareness which is the absolute Brahman. It's what is operating right now as you watch this video, as you watch and listen to this video. It is experiencing. It's not something inert. It's not something remote. It's not some cosmic entity. It's what's happening right now. It's experiencing. I started off by saying the bottom line is there's stuff going on, and we tend to think of it, oh, that's some stuff over there, there's a sensation here and all the rest of it, but it's actually experiencing that's going on. At any moment there's experiencing, and in a way I think that's the best way of putting it, because we're transcending any notion that there's something to be experienced and someone to experience it. There is simply experiencing. There's the field or the stream of experiencing. That is all that's going on, independent of anything to be experienced and anybody to experience it. Simply experiencing. Or you could just say it's the Supreme Brahman experiencing if you want to put some experiencer in there. It is transcendental and omnipresent. It is non-dual and pure. It's transcendental, it transcends all notions, it transcends all concepts. We cannot think about it, we cannot make it a concept, we cannot make it an object of thought, because it's the thinking itself. It is non-dual and pure. There isn't that and something else. That's why we can say it's omnipresent. When we say something is omnipresent, well that's all there can be. If something is omnipresent, how can there be something apart from it? Because it's all that there is, everywhere. It's this video that you're looking at, it's the screen on the computer, it's what is doing the seeing and the listening. That is pure awareness, it's non-dual, and it's pure. There's no ignorance or anything involved in it. In it, there is not even a notion of another. There's no notions whatsoever in it.